America has dramatically stepped up its preparation for a bloody-nose military attack on North Korea designed to stop the rogue nation's nuclear weapons program. The Telegraph in the UK reports there are fears diplomacy will not resolve the problem, with sources to US officials confirming military options were being worked up. The Pentagon is trying to find options that would allow them to punch the North Koreans in the nose, get their attention and show that we're serious, one former US security official briefed on policy told the Telegraph. According to the report, one option on the table is destroying a launch site before it is used by North Korea for a new missile test, while stockpiles of weapons could also be targeted. Mattis gives US troops a pep talk at Guantanamo. On a rare visit to the home of the US military's prison for terror suspects, DEFense Secretary Jim Mattis offered a pep talk Thursday to American troops, and urged them to always be ready for war. "I need you to be at the top of your game," he told an assembly of several hundred troops, citing their roles both as a fighting force and as a positive example to a politically divided America of how to work together. The unannounced visit was the first by a DEFense Secretary since Donald H. Rumsfeld came here in January 2002, shortly after the first prisoners arrived from Afghanistan. Mattis did not discuss the Trump administration's plans for the detention center, nor did he visit it. But he stressed the importance of keeping the Navy base as a U.S. toehold in southeastern Cuba. He said it will not be abandoned, regardless of the future of the prison. "We need this base badly," he said, as a strategic spot to conduct humanitarian relief and other naval operations, as it had before the September 11, 2001, attacks. Mattis spoke to 3 groups of troops, offering holiday greetings and thanks for their service. He also fielded their questions as he stood in a warm sun, and found that the prospect of war with North Korea was on their minds. Mattis said international efforts to compel North Korea to give up its nuclear weapons are focused for now on diplomacy. He also emphasized that effective diplomacy must be backed by a credible threat of military force. "We need to keep this in a diplomatic framework for solution," he said. But he added that in the event diplomacy fails, you all have to be ready to go. Speaking to a few dozen Marines at a rifle range, Mattis described North Korea as a not yet imminent but a direct threat to the United States. At another point, at an outdoor movie theater where troops and civilian staff had gathered, Mattis said that during the Cold War, U.S. leaders had been confident that Russia and China did not want to start a nuclear war. "That may be an assumption we cannot make with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un," he said. Mattis was asked if the U.S. has worked out planning for a post-war Korean peninsula, including the issue of reunifying the North and South. He answered indirectly by saying, "We're probably not where we need to be in such discussions with Russia, China and others." Mattis arrived at Guantanamo Wednesday night and was accompanied by an Associated Press reporter.